What is it like being inside the meeting room with Joe Burrow and Joe Brady? You want to talk about a great thing that Orgeron did? He goes and he's like, let's take this young guy who's been around Sean Payton. Let's bring him here to be a passing game coordinator for us. What's it like being in that meeting? Because Joe Burrow's, just to finish the sentence, I'm sitting there watching part of the SEC championship game on the big screen during the NFL Game Day morning meeting. Kurt Warner, Hall of Famer, turns to the screen and he goes, man, where did this Joe Burrow come from? As we're watching him just pinpoint accurate throw through windows that are just inches wide or tall. So what's it like being in that room?
Yeah, a coach's kid who's incredibly smart, way more athletic than people give him credit for. I think we see elements of that, but if you watch it, there's stuff in the design run game that they do. And I think what you mentioned, Joe Brady, and it's easy to get the two confused. Right. They're actually not that much different in age. Joe Brady was a guy who had played at William & Mary, but he had GA'd at Penn State under James Franklin, learned Joe Moorhead's run game, and then took elements of that. They have elements of the Chargers run game because James Craig, who's the offensive line coach, had been with them, been with the Broncos. So that's kind of the run game. And then it's a lot of Saints passing concepts that Joe Brady brought with him. And, I mean, Joe Brady's a brilliant young guy. When you see him before, it's kind of an interesting mix of what you're seeing because he's very soft-spoken, yet when the team meals, he's eating with the receivers. Most of the coaches eat with their coaches. Joe Brady eats with the receivers. That's the position he coaches. He comes out in the sharp light silver suit with the light purple tie, yet he's got on the fancy Air Jordans. He's got the headphones. I think players see him as one of them.
So he doesn't talk to Burrow? Is that what you're saying?
He does, but Steve Ensminger, who's the offensive coordinator,
right?
So Joe Brady calls some of the plays with red zone and third downs, and Steve Ensminger handles the rest of it. And I think it's worked out really well because Ensminger, who's been an offensive coordinator for a long time, former LSU quarterback. He's in his early 60s. He has everybody's respect there, and I think the back and forth between the two is impressive because I think you see the game planning. But when it comes to coaching the position, it's really on Ensminger on that side. But I think in terms of what the play calls, what young Joe versus almost not so young Joe want, right. I think a lot of that dialogue happens over the phone, when the defense is on the field. But there were so many walkthroughs where you could see what do you expect. And I think where Joe Brady is really impressive, especially, is with his rapport with the receivers. And I think, so when you look at a guy who goes from 58 or 59% to 79%, and this isn't just a bubble screen offense.
This is crazy.
They're taking shots. I think it's really how much what Joe Brady's done with the whole passing game. And really, the receivers have gotten so much better. And I think what Joe Burrow has done is the timing he has developed with all those kids, and a lot of them are a little younger than him, but taking them out, it's 100 degrees and 100% humidity in Baton Rouge in the summer. And I think where you see plays that take off, those are things that they have so many different options within a play, and I think you have such a savvy trigger man that's making it work. I think that's why this offense, and they also have a great running back in Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is really good.
I love him, man.
Yeah, he's really special because he is so good in the pass game, and I think you have a lot of kids right now who are really smart. You have Randy Moss's son, Thaddeus, who's not 6'5", but he's really emerged as a weapon. So you have three dynamic receivers, kind of a tight end, even though they split him out a lot, and a running back. So you're looking at 5 wide a lot of times. And these SEC defenses have no clue how to deal with it because he operates it so well.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.